What if everything you believe about yourself is only a story? What if your personality, your goals, your fears, even your dreams are not really yours? What if somewhere deep inside you, there is another self, a truer self, watching silently as you live a life that doesn't belong to you? The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung believed something terrifying. Most people die without ever meeting who they really are. Today, we are going to explore one of the deepest and most life-changing ideas in psychology: the journey of becoming your true self. This is not a motivational story. This is not self-help. This is a psychological and spiritual journey into the hidden structure of your mind. Part 1. The two lives you are living. According to Jung, every human being lives two lives. The first life is the one everyone can see: your name, your job, your social role, your reputation. The second life is invisible: your fears, your secret desires, your suppressed emotions, your unlived potential. Most people spend their entire existence building the outer life and completely ignoring the inner one. And this is where suffering begins. Because when your outer life is not aligned with your inner truth, your soul starts to rebel. It rebels through anxiety, depression, emptiness, burnout, a strange feeling that something is missing, even when everything seems fine. Part 2. The mask you wear. The persona. Jung called your social identity the persona. The persona is your mask. It is who you pretend to be at work, who you pretend to be in society, who you pretend to be even with your family. You learn this mask very early in life. As a child, you discover, if I behave like this, I get love. If I behave like that, I get punished. So slowly you start editing yourself. You hide parts of you. You perform versions of yourself. And one day, you forget that you are acting. The mask becomes your face. Part 3. The price of living behind the mask. The persona is useful. It helps you survive in society. But if you identify with it too much, something dangerous happens. You become successful, but empty. You become respected, but disconnected. You become productive, but dead inside. Jung warned, the greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of the parents. But the same is true for adults. The greatest burden of adulthood is the unlived life of yourself. Part 4. The shadow. The self you were taught to hate. Behind the mask lives something Jung called the shadow. The shadow is everything you were told not to be. Your anger, your jealousy, your greed, your weakness, your dark thoughts, your forbidden desires. Society doesn't want you to have these, so you don't destroy them. You hide them. You push them into the unconscious. But here is Jung's terrifying discovery. The shadow does not disappear. It waits, and it expresses itself in other ways: sudden rage, self-sabotage, addictions, toxic relationships, unexplainable behavior. Part 5. Projection. How you see your shadow in others. Jung discovered something even more disturbing. You don't see your shadow in yourself. You see it in others. The people you hate, the people who trigger you, the people you judge the most. Very often, they are carrying parts of your own shadow. That's why emotional reactions are never really about the other person. They are about you. Part 6. The war inside every human being. Inside you, there is a constant war. The mask versus the truth. The conscious versus the unconscious. Who you are versus who you could be. Most people try to escape this war. They distract themselves. They stay busy. They numb themselves. But Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Part 7. The real goal of life. Individuation. Jung believed the real purpose of life is not happiness. It is wholeness. He called this process individuation. Individuation means becoming a complete human being. Not just the good parts, not just the acceptable parts, but all of you, your strength, your weakness, your light, your darkness, integrated, united, whole. Part 8. Why most people never individuate. Because individuation is painful. It requires killing old identities, letting go of illusions, questioning your entire life, standing alone. Most people prefer comfort over truth, so they stay asleep. They call it normal life. Part 9, the midlife crisis. The soul's rebellion. Jung noticed something fascinating. Around midlife, many people experience depression, emptiness, loss of meaning. Why? Because the soul says, this is not the life you were meant to live. Part 10, the unconscious. The hidden God inside you. Your unconscious is not stupid. It is wiser than your conscious mind. Speaks through dreams, symbols, fantasies, intuition. If you ignore it, it becomes your enemy. If you listen to it, it becomes your guide. Part 11, dreams. Messages from your deeper self. Jung believed dreams are letters from your soul. Not random, not meaningless, but symbolic guidance. Part 12, the courage to be alone. Becoming yourself is a lonely journey because you stop copying, you stop pretending, you stop living for approval, and most people will not understand you. Part 13, the trap of spiritual bypassing. Some people escape into fake positivity, fake spirituality, fake peace. But Jung warned, you cannot rise above what you refuse to face. Part 14, the integration of the shadow. Healing is not removing darkness. Healing is integrating it, turning poison into medicine. Part 15, the birth of the true self. When you integrate your shadow, something changes. You become calm, grounded, real, centered, not perfect, but authentic. Part 16, you stop needing validation because you are no longer living from the mask. You are living from the core. Part 17, the meaning of suffering. Suffering is not punishment. It is initiation. Part 18, the second half of life. Jung said, the first half of life is about building the ego. The second half is about transcending it. Part 19, the most dangerous thing in the world is not failure, is not rejection, is not death. It is living a life that is not yours. Part 20, the final truth. You don't become your true self by adding things. You become your true self by removing illusions. Carl Jung once said, who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. Most people spend their lives dreaming. A few awaken. The journey is not easy, but it is the only journey worth taking. Because at the end of your life, the most important question will not be, how successful were you? But, did you become yourself?